I can see that you're talking, but I can't hear anything.
Cool. So you're gonna bring your feet to the mat, just like I've got my feet. You put the blocks, literally, if you had your hands, so if you're home, you don't have blocks, you can put your hand or your fist by your hips so that you can lift your hips up. And we have these blocks here in the studio. Placing our hands on the blocks. All right. So this is the move. And on an exhale, you're going to press strongly through your hands. You're going to press your hips back and extend your shoulders up. So we're tucking into the shape, right? And you're going to breathe because it's hard to lift. It's a timer. So bring your blocks close to your hips. Place your hands on the blocks as you're really starting. On the mat, exhale, up, back, lift, and shift back to straighten your legs and breathe. So relax your neck. Breathe. Tucking. Feet are active. You might play with like lifting one foot. Lifting the other foot. Shifting back. Try not to tense up your neck and your shoulders too much. Take it down. Good. So it's not easy for you to do. Your wrist might get a little sore. Circle your wrist out. Make big circles, little circles. I like to take the thumb, place it inside the palm, and pull down on that thumb, lowering it down. So that's, for me, it stretches at the very top. So as you do these, you notice that soreness or that wrist thing does start to go away. It's not immediate. You got to practice it. This time I want you to really focus on keeping your shoulders relaxed. It's kind of weird. You're pressing, you want to press and you want to squeeze. That's not what we're doing. We're pressing and we're releasing. So your neck is pretty soft. And breathe. So relax shoulders and breathe. Feet on the mat, hands on the blocks. Up and back. Shift back. Breathe. Relax. Keep that tucking back. So your feet become lighter. Lift a foot. See how it feels. The other foot. One more second. Got it. 3, 2. Good. And so from the wrist out. Yeah, I think that air guys must have come because those vents are closed. And they're not normally closed. The doors are closed.
There's nothing you can switch it. Switch back
Uh-oh.
there. Our parties got upgraded to warm.
Warm, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, they all had some temperature too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I was asking them, I was like, are you sure that damper works? Because during the hot class, how can we walk under there and still feel cold air? So I must have kind of looked at it. One more. Hands on the blocks. Feet on the mat. This is our warm-up. We're getting our core, our shoulders, everything warmed up. Exhale, up, back. Breathe. The shoulders relax. Pressing down through the hands, lifting, tucking back. 10 seconds. Good. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2. Circling your wrist out a little bit. And take your hands behind your hips. So you're kind of leaning back into your hands, your feet are down, your knees are up. And just begin to windshield wiper your knees left and right. Your feet can just completely detach from the floor, but you're still touching the floor. And you're drawing in those deep belly breaths. And come back to center. So walk it to where your feet are at the very top of your mat. Your knees are up, just like in the L-sit. And place your fists down by your hips. Imagine you're pressing into the blocks. See if you can lift your hips just for a couple seconds. 1, 2, and then. So that's kind of the same, some of the same muscles that we use in the L-sit, right? They're also very important when we're using the core moving, right? So when we're doing the boat poses, those kinds of shapes. So take your hands behind your knees and lean back just enough to take your feet up. So you're supporting your legs with your hands. You breathe in. See if it's possible, cross your ankles, place your fists down, see if you can lift up. It's pretty hard. Down. Good. Back to your boat. Sorry. And begin to roll back and roll forward. Keeping your spine, neck looking straight up. Reaching those legs toward the mat behind you. Let's pause, roll back toward that kind of plow position. So your feet are reaching back toward the floor. And you can take your arms and reach them back behind you. Breathe here. So it's a little bit of a compression move. And you're going to start rolling again. This time widening your feet a little bit as they come down. And start to figure out what it's going to take for you to roll up off of your hips onto your feet. So that might mean a lot of hands. That might mean really wide feet. Just give it a shot. See what you can do with it. Go back. Your feet come down. You lift your hips up. Give it a couple of good tries. The wider your feet are, the faster you get your down. Push with your
And
hands.
use my hands, okay.
Yep. The faster you get the feet down, the faster you push your hips up, the faster you can make this. Oh, that's it. Good. A couple more. Last one, roll up into a forward fold. So you're flattening your hands to the mat. You're bending your knees and hips as much as you need to. Your head is heavy. Your chin is tucked. Sway a little bit side to side. Pulse the heel down to the side you're leaning on. Continue to draw in those deep, steady breaths. Bend that knee if you need it. Lift your head and head. Inhale, lean forward. So slide your hands up your legs towards your knees. Crown your head reaching forward. Tell them pressing back. So you're working to get as much length in your spine as you can. Chin's tucked. Long back. And exhale, fold again. Take your fingertips down toward the floor. Imagine your hands are heavy. Press down through your heels. And inhale, roll up through your spine. So slow, intentional, controlled. Taking your shoulders up by your ears, the top, rolling your shoulders back and down. Mountain pose. Breath in, breath out. Another in, another out. Inhale, reach up, lengthen up towards the ceiling. Exhale, fold down, fingertips find that. Inhale for length in your spine, long spine, hands on your knees. Exhale, fold, plant your hands and step or walk your feet back to a strong plank. So in your plank, your fingers are spread wide, your shoulders are moving towards your wrist, your heels are reaching back, and your gaze is forward. We're going to lower slow and control, hug the elbows back, pressing lower for 3, for 2, and take it all the way down. 1. Flatten your feet behind you, slide forward, hug your shoulders, and curl back with your elbows and up your chest. Cobra pose. Breathe here. For 3. Pressing those feet down, feeling the extension, the length, the strength of the spine. 2. Over your chest, tuck your toes, up and back, medium downward, facing dog. Push down dog, maybe your fingers are spread wide, your head is heavy and relaxed, you're lifting and lowering your heels. Preparing your body, preparing your mind, move through some sun salutations. Look to the top of the mat, walk your feet up to meet your hands. Forward fold. Inhale for length in your spine. Exhale to fold again. Take those flat hands to the mat. Press through your heels, inhale, roll up through your spine. Slow and controlled, shrugging the shoulders up, rolling the shoulders back and down, mountain pose. Breath in. Breath out. Inhale, reach tall. Exhale, fold down. Inhale for length in your spine. Exhale, plank your hands, walk or hop your feet back to plank. Shift forward and lower by pressing, slow and control. Inhale, cobra, sliding forward, curling up. Exhale, down, facing dog. Breathing your down dog for 3. Fingers spread wide. Bending into your knees, looking forward. 2. Exhale, travel your feet, line hop up to the top of the mat, lifting halfway. Deep fold down. Press in your heels and inhale, roll up. All the way up to stand. Shoulders shrug up. Shoulders roll back and down. Breath in. Breath out. Again, inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, find length. Exhale, plant, shift forward, feet float back. Lower through, pressing, slow control. Inhale, curl cobra. Exhale, press back. Down, facing dog. Breathe in your down dog for 3. Good. Looking forward, bending at your knees where you're taking your feet. 2. Exhale, just spring into the hop. Do a little float if you can. Lift halfway. Deep fold down. Press through your heels and inhale, roll up through your spine. Slow and control. Shoulders shrug up, shoulders roll back and down. Breath in. Breath out. Remember, the breath is the most important part of the practice. Bring your feet together, heel toe to touch. Fire up your legs. So you're squeezing all the muscles in your legs. Front, back, calves, and glutes. Stick your glutes back. Reach your arms high. Look up. Keep the length in your arms. Your shoulders are moving behind your ears as you sit your hips behind you. So don't tilt forward. Keep leaning your torso back as your hips lower. Upper back leaning back. Breathe 3. Fingers slow. 2. Fold down. Fingers find that. Inhale for length in your spine. Exhale, plant your fingers. Step your left foot to the back of the mat. We're in a runner's lunge. So our right knee is over our right heel. It's got a little rotation out toward the pinky toe. Leave your right fingertips down. Reach your left arm into the air. Twist. You can stack that left shoulder over the right shoulder. The left fingers are reaching up. Breath in. Exhale, left hand down. Inhale, right arm up. Out of the way. Stack the shoulders. Breathe for 3. Breathe for 2. Right hand down. Scissor your legs. Press into that front heel and rise up. You can use your hands on your thigh. You're working to find balance here. The knees rotate out. Your hands can come to your hips. Your arms can reach up. Look at something that's not moving in your crescent lunge. Breathe. I was thinking about taking that knee out toward the pinky toe. Reach up for 3. Those arms strong, reaching tall. 2. Hands to the mat. Take that foot, step it back. Lower through plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. You're lifting up. You're bending back. Exhale, downward facing dog. Your upside down feet. Widen your stance in a down dog. Fingers are spread wide, looking forward. This is our frog hop. In place 3 times. So when an exhale, you spring through your toes, your hips go up, and you lower your feet right back where they started. So everybody looks different when you're learning it. So bend your knees a lot. Load your glutes. Press and float. You just lift your feet up, and you lower your feet down. 3 attempts. Good. Don't forget to breathe. Look to the top of the mat, travel your feet up to meet your hands. Breathe together as you lift halfway. Fold down. Squeeze your legs, sit your hips back, reach your arms high. Here's pose. Reaching the fingers up, sitting the hips back, gaze high. Breathe 3. Breathe 2. Rise up, interlace your fingers. Bend back, so hips forward, shoulders back, strong legs. Breathing for 3. Got it. Breathing for 2. Hands lower. Mountain pose. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. In. Out. Again, we're going back. So take your arms high, squeeze your legs, sit your hips low. Shoulders leaning back, gazing towards your fingertips. Breathe 3. Good. Breathe 2. Fold down. Inhale for length in your spine. Exhale, hands down. Right foot steps all the way to the back of the mat. Turn left foot forward. Runner's lunge. Left knee over left heel, rotating out. Right arm reaches up. Twist. Reach that arm. Stack the shoulders. Breathe. You might find like it's kind of hard to keep the stability in your hip here. Breathe as you do that for 3. 2. Right hand down, left hand up, twist. I'm reaching, stacking the shoulders, breathing for 3. 2. Left hand down, scissor the legs, press into the front heel, and rise up. You can have the hands on that thigh first, the knees rotating out, maybe hands at hips. Find something to stare at that's not moving and reach your arms overhead. Crescent lunge. Breathe. Good. Reaching tall. 3. 2. Hands to the mat. Press into the mat. Take your left foot and shift it back. Shift forward and lower through. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Widen your stance. Look forward. Fingers spread wide. Bend into your knees. So really get low. Like you're really low and squatting, like you put your knees almost on the floor. And spring and press. Float up and lower right back down. Do it 3 times. Feet float, feet lower. Good. Feet float, feet lower. Look to the top of the mat, travel your feet up to meet your hands, lift together, lift halfway. Feet fall down. Sit your hips back, sweep your arms high. Here's pose. Arms reaching, hips lowering, breathing. 3, got it. 2, hands to heart center, hook your left elbow outside your right knee. Try not to let your knees splay apart too much. Press the left elbow into the right knee, press your hands together, twist open to the right. Keep your spine long. The head is reaching forward. Breathe. Take a little lower those hips if you can. 3. Squeeze your knees together out if you can. 2. Arms reach up. Hands to heart center, right elbow outside, left knee. Don't let the knees play apart or spread out. Sit back, press the knee into the elbow to the knee, press the hands together. Crown of the head reaching forward, opening to the left. 3. 3. 2. Reach up, stand up, interlace your fingers and bend back, hips forward, shoulders back. 3. 2. Hands lower. Good. Grab your water if you need it.
I did not need to change my I did not think it's minutes.
Might be some. How's it back there? Warm, huh?
I just hear the word yoga and I break out if you sweat.
Well, hopefully, there's one thing, like in a year from now, people think about, they're like talking about yoga studios. When they say, this yoga studio, they're like, they think about sweat, right? Like, yeah, think about sweat. First thing comes to mind, oh yeah, you get really hot there. Yes, 100%. It's a different thing, man. And like when we travel, like a lot of places, like they're all like this. There's never any air conditioning. It's just always, I mean, obviously like Miami's always like that. But I mean, even like Asheville and stuff, we noticed that. It was like hot. It's just,
Oh yeah, it was like 40 degrees outside.
yeah, I mean, it's like they're, more traditionally yoga is practiced in heated environments. It's just more, it's more conducive to your body being able to do it, like open up. Yes, you sweat. Yes, you have to breathe. And sure, it's more comfortable being air conditioned. 100%. But it's like, if you're what's that? I don't know who said it, like Zig Ziglar, maybe the definition of insanity is doing the same thing, expecting a different result. So you got all out of shape sitting in the air conditioner. Most people. You don't want to get hot. You don't want to get sweaty. I get it. We're going to have to break that. This is what it works. Your body is designed to do this. So come back to the top of your mat. Bring your feet about hip width distance apart. So shift your weight left and right a few times. Just peel up that right knee. So what helps balance? Looking at something to stop moving. Pressing the left foot down more. Getting into that left glute. Maybe wrap your hands around the right knee and pull it up a little bit higher. Breathe. 3, 2. We're going to float the right foot back from warrior 1. So that's pressing is up, warrior 1 is down. The foot is kind of a 45-degree angle. Bring your hands to your hips, square your right hip forward. My left hip draws back a little, then into that front thigh. You want the thigh close to parallel. You don't want the knee to pass the foot. So if that happens, you widen your stance out. You can do that by moving your foot front and back. Take the arms, reach them overhead. Nice. Warrior 1. So what are you thinking about in Warrior 1? Pressing that rear hip forward, bending into that front thigh.
I had leg day.
I had leg day. This is not fair. Reach up, lift, breathe. 3, breathe. 2. So we're going to open to Warrior 2. So you let your rear foot open, you let your arms open, your hips open. Don't let that knee open. So watch what it's doing. It's going in. Keep it rotating out. So move it this way, this way, this way. Yes. It's when your hips open, the knee wants to follow, so you're always pushing it toward the pinky toe. Keep the rear arm strong behind you. Keep your torso over your hips, so don't lean too much. If you want to get deeper into the pose, you go deeper into that front thigh. Keep the arm strong. Breathe. 3. Reaching away. 2. Flip the left palm up until back to peaceful warrior. So bent down in that front thigh. Leaning back. Breathing. Strong through your feet. 2. Side angle, left forearm to left knee, right arm up. Stack the right shoulder over the left shoulder. Keep that right arm actively reaching up as you breathe. Extended side angle, right arm alongside right ear, reaching toward the front of the room. Got that long line of energy down through your fingers, through your body, through the right foot. Maybe you add your left arm by your left ear. Lean the right shoulder back, tuck the left ribs under. Reach, hold a big beach ball. 3. 2, tilt it back to peaceful warrior. Stay bend that front thigh. Good. Straighten the front leg. Come into warrior 2 arms. Bend at the waist as you lean forward, taking your left hand down to your straightening left leg. Let's talk about it. Can they knee, shin, ankle? In Ashtanga, they hook the big toe with their fingers. Now, stack your right shoulder over your left shoulder. Reach that right arm straight up into the air. Triangle block. Pressing that left knee down toward the floor, straighten into that hamstring. 2. Peaceful warrior, tilt it back, bend into the front knee. Cartwheel your hands to the floor. Press the weight in the hands, float the left foot back to meet the right. Shift forward and lower down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe here in your down dog for 3. Fingers spread wide, looking forward, bending into your knees. 2. Exhale, travel your feet up to meet your hands. Lifting halfway. Deep fall down. Press through your heels and inhale, roll it up. Reach your arms high. Interlace your fingers and lean as far as you can to the left, pressing the right hips out to the right. Breathe. Inhale back to center. And lean over to the right. Strong legs. Left hips out to the left. Breathe. Good. 2. Reach up. Hands lower. Breath in. Breath out. Lean over to the right. Lift the left knee up. So again, your drishti, your gaze, something not moving, helps it lift. Maybe your hands around the front of that knee. Lift it a little higher. Steady breath. 3. 2. Float it back to warrior 1. Outer edge of the foot is at a 45-degree angle. Hands at hips, squaring your rear hip forward, pulling the front hip back, bending into that front thigh. Don't let the knee pass the foot. Keep the knee rotating out. Torso over hips, reach up forward. Breathe here. Lifting. Breathing. Hold it for 3. As we go to warrior 2, remember, don't let that knee collapse in. Go ahead and start rotating it out. Foot opens, the hips open, the arms open. Look down that front knee. Go in, rotate it back toward the pinky toes. Keep the arms strong, reaching away. Getting into that front thigh. Breathing. Goes back and forward. Front leg bend. Strong through your legs. Breathing. 3, 2. Right forearm to the right knee. Stack the left shoulder over your right shoulder. Reach your left arm high up toward the ceiling. Extended left arm by left ear. So a long line of energy from your fingers down through your body into your left foot. A little extra, take the right arm by the right ear. Lean the left shoulder back, tuck the right ribs under. Breathe here. 3, 2, tilt it back, peaceful warrior. Straighten into the front leg, come into warrior two arms, lean forward, bending at the waist. Taking the right arm down to the straightening right leg. Stack the left shoulder over the right shoulder, then take the left arm into the air. Working to lean that left shoulder back, left arm reaching tall, straightening the front leg. Breathing. Triangle pose. 3, 2, bending the knee, tilt it back to face forward. Cartwheel your hands to the floor, float your right foot back, lower through. Inhale, upward face. Exhale, child's pose, hips toward heels. Breathe, deep, steady breath. Grab your water if you need it. So, everybody here's warmed up. I don't know about people at home. You are. You're a good way to do it.
What do you think? I really like
Can you
it.
tell the
It's
difference?
different, yes, but I like it.
You'll notice you don't slide around as much.
Yeah.
It's very like and it actually gets kind of better the more you use it.
Yeah.
It's opposite of like cheap mats like fall apart when you use them. Good mats start to get like better.
And I like that it's like thicker.
Yeah.
And it's wider.
Yeah.
It's longer.
I've got one at home that like I don't even know if they make it anymore, but it's the same brand, but it's like it's wider, and it's longer. And I used to really feel like a jerk, like walking into a class in New Orleans. I knew it was gonna be full, like rolling out, just you know, like I get two spots, like, oh man, can't bring that mat anymore. Taking up the whole room, you know? Yeah. Let's come into a squat, kind of in the middle of the mat. So widen your feet as much as you need to keep your heels down. See if you can slide your elbows inside your knees, pressing your knees into your elbows into your knees and your knees into your elbows. You're really getting at the connection with the upper and lower body. Move your shoulders back. Hands at heart center, pressing together. Breathe. So a lot of the things that we work on, like arm balances and stuff, people think that it's strength, and there is a certain amount of that, but it's more about connection and how your body moves. So if this is difficult, everybody here seems like it's pretty good. You've got to have this. You can't do a crow from up here. It's not going to work. So you have to be comfortable here. So keep that elbow connection and open your hands. Lean forward and place your flat hands on the mat. Now you're pushing the elbows into the knees. You're pushing the knees to the elbows. Lift your heels and shift your weight forward. Look forward. The more you shift that weight forward, the lighter one of your feet, or maybe both of your feet, start to become. That's good. Even if it's just for a moment. As you shift forward, the toes get a little bit lighter, and you pass through that little space. Breathe. Just try like 1 foot at a time. Hold it for a little bit longer. Yes. Yes. Good. If you're still up and down your squats, breathe. I have a student. I believe she's close to 70 now. She started practicing at about 64. And she said, like, we were doing crow in class. She's like, I don't know if I'll be able to do that. And I was like, I guarantee you'll be able to do it. She's like, really? I'm like, 100%. So it wasn't even like a year later that she's crowing all over the place. And this is at the college. And so these college kids are in there not able to do it. And here's this lady just like, she's going into it. Because like I said, there is a certain amount of strength that's involved. But it's more about learning where your weight is and how you shift it and how you catch it with your core. And everything's like working as one thing. So let's try it again. Let's come back to our squat. And I like to start with heels down because it helps us get a little bit lower, a little bit more connection. Pressing, keeping that connection. Opening your hands. Flat hands to the floor. Now lift your heels. Keep looking forward. Shift your way forward until your feet come up. If your feet are up, curl your heels towards your glutes. Maybe even like hook your big toes together behind you. Breathe. Good. And that crow for 3. Nice. 2. Come back to your squat because we all need more squat. So here's something that we can work towards. You don't have to do it today. I don't expect everyone to do this today. But inevitably, we have people start to ask about it because they'll see people in a class, like when we give it more like, do what you're, like in a flow, like do whatever you want at this point, right? So something that can happen is you're here, oh, your head comes in. I'm hugging my elbows in, I'm pressing my hands down, and I'm going to practice lifting one knee at a time. Okay? So maybe do that a few times. Then you can start to see what happens if both the legs start to go up. So it's called tripod headstand. Now, if you go here, I'm going to ask that you attempt to come back down to this position, and then you have to press like with everything you have and lift up back to your crow. This is kind of just this thing that we can work toward. You may get to the point, even if you get your head down, like that's it. Breathe there. It all works off the same shape. So starting your squat. Connect the elbows to the knees to the elbows. Open your hands, place your hands on the floor. Look forward and shift forward, working to get your feet up. You can just lightly put your head down, hug the elbows in, maybe play with lifting one knee at a time, a couple of inches off that elbow. Everything's not for everybody all the time. We got to spend time. It's like you don't do algebra before you can count, right? No. You got to put in a little time. Keep your breathing wherever you are. Your head's down. Press, press, press. Try to lift that head up. It's a lot of work. Come back to your squat. Good. Have a seat on your mat. You have the water, towel. Something I learned from some of my teachers, when you're doing a lot of that work, where you're putting a little bit of pressure in your neck, right? Obviously, you don't want to do it if you feel pain. There's no like yoga pose worth like being crippled with that to do so. But what helps me is like if I stack my fist and I press my forehead into the fist and tuck my chin down toward my chest, it's a little traction there in the cervical spine. So it's like you're just really pressing down. You can feel it lengthening all through there. It's a good little stretch. Try it. Let's bring our feet to the top of the mat. Knees up. A lot of good crow work tonight was good. Take it back and see if you can take your feet up. Tuck your chin towards your chest. Reach your legs more forward. And maybe start to slide your hands down your legs. Everything's reaching forward as we come to this hollow. So it's a hollow back position. The arms are reaching, the legs are reaching, the shoulders are up. Exhale, curl back up towards your boat. So you can bend your knees, use your hands. Tuck your chin, slide the legs forward, and lower yourself back to the hover. If you're working handstands, reach your arms behind you and press them down as though they're in the floor. Now that's the engagement of a handstand. You're going to hover back. Your core is activated. Breath in, Think about L-sits and curl back up. It's the same muscles. Bring you up. Good. Breathe. Last one. Chin tucks. Reach forward. Slide back. Find the hover. You're working the handstands, arms overhead. Press, press, press. Hollow body. Everybody, wherever you are, flutter your feet for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Everything down. On your back. Big breath in. Big breath out. In. Out. Bring our feet to the mat so our knees are up. Feet are hip width distance apart. They're walking in towards your glutes, so they're really close. Press your elbows down into the mat. Hug them in towards your rib cage. Your fingers are pointing toward the ceiling. Look at the ceiling. Take a breath in. Press through your heels, engage your glutes, and lift your hips, bridge pose, up. So what are you working on here? The heels are active, the glutes are active. You might reach your hands down towards your feet in the only position you like. But keep lifting by pressing the heels down, squeezing the glutes. Lifting, breathing here for 3. Good. 2. Take the hips toward the mat. Windshield wiper your knees left and right. And releasing that lower back. Those hips. Coming back to center. We're going to have 2 more back bends. Your bridge can turn into wheel if that's in your practice. If the wheel's not in your practice, don't worry about it. You're getting the benefits of the bridge. It's a back bend. You're building, like I said, building the blocks that allow you to go into the more advanced poses. So if you don't have a good foundation, the end result is going to be really like shaky. So think about this. We go up into wheel the same way we go up in the bridge. So everybody feet close to hips, hip width distance apart, press elbows down, hips lift up. Keep the lift in the bridge. If you're moving to wheel, you place your hands by your ears, your fingers point towards your toes. You pop up to the top of your head. Maybe widen your hands out and hug your elbows in. Press your heels down and straighten your arms into wheel. Breathe for 5, 4. Straighten the arms, pressing the heels down. 3, 2. If you're up, come to your head, your shoulders, your mid-back, your low back. Circle your wrists, windshield wiper your knees. Breathe. Breathe. Steady back. One more back bend in this practice. You can also skip the back bend. Doesn't hurt my feelings at all. Feet close to hips. Hip width distance apart. Arms hug in. Look up, press down, bridge. Keep the lift. If you're moving into a wheel, hands by ears, top of head, press to rise. 5 breaths. 5, 4, 3, 2, head, shoulders, mid-back, low back, circle the wrists, everybody down. Push your wipe your knees. Reach your arms overhead, flattening your hands down to the floor. Point your feet to the ceiling, but keep your tailbone down. Work to straighten your legs. So your heels are pressing up, your toes are curling back, and you're breathing. So can you straighten your arms all the way down? That's a good shoulder mobility test. Can you straighten your legs almost straight up? That's a good hamstring agility test. You got 2 things going on. Breathing. Stay in the shape or press into the hands, lift the hips up and move toward a plow. That's the feet reaching toward the hands. You're looking straight up if you're working in that plow shape. Deep, steady breath. Breathing here for 3, 2. If you're in plow, begin to bring your hips toward the mat. Everybody catch a hold of your feet. Bring your tailbone down. Come into dead bug. So that's heels pointed up, but knees bending to the outside edge of your body. You're pulling into your feet. You're kicking into your hands. You're flattening your tailbone into the mat. You're breathing. Deep, steady breath. Kicking, pulling. Flattening tailbone. Three more breaths. Release the grip on your feet. Hug your knees in towards your chest. Give them a good squeeze in. Pull them up towards your chest. Circle on your lower back and your hips a few times. Be sure to go in both directions with your circles. Keeping the left knee hugged in, extend the right leg long. Pull that left knee up towards your left shoulder. Reach that right foot toward the front of the room. Take the right arm out to the right. So maybe cactus arm, so the arm and shoulder are down. Open that left leg out to the left like a tree pose on your back. So your left hand can help guide that left knee toward the floor. Breathe. Draw that left knee back up toward your body. Hug both knees in toward your body. Keep the right knee in, extend the left leg long. Really pull that right knee up towards your right shoulder. And reach the left arm out. So the back of the left hand, the back of the left shoulder is down. Open that right leg out to the right. Tree pose on your back. Breathe. Right hand can gently guide that right knee down toward the floor. Deep, steady breath. Inhale as you take that right knee up. Hug both knees in, left and right. Circle on your lower back and your hips a couple of times. Keep the left knee hugged in, take the right leg long. So getting ready to go into spinal twist. So this time the left arm reaches out to the left, back of hand, back of shoulder down. Guide the left leg across your body with the right hand. Trying to get the left knee as far away from the left shoulder on that diagonal axis as you can. Breathe. Two more breaths on this side. Inhale that left knee up. Hug both knees in. Give them a good squeeze up. Circle lower back and hips. Keeping the right knee hugged in, take the left leg wide. Right arm out to the right. Draw that bent leg across your body, taking your spinal twist to the other side. Deep, steady breath. If you're balanced on that side, you can draw that knee across. Plug your knees in one last time. If there's any movement or shape that you feel like your body needs to complete your practice, feel free to take it now. We're all going to meet in our final relaxation. That's with legs extended long, feet relaxed out to the side, comfortable arm position next to your body. Just allow yourself to be there. Body, if you want, rest. Heading into the floor. Such an important part of the practice. The last few minutes, just allowing everything to let go. Thoughts and judgments about what you did and didn't do. Remember that just by showing up, making the effort to get here, practicing with the group, it's more than most people ever do. Nothing about this is magic, it's just repetition. It's like you're creating a new habit. Thursdays, I go to yoga at 5:30. Are there things that compete with our time? Yes. It comes down to you making the decision. Is the benefit I get from doing something habitually worth saying no to other things? Begin to deepen your breath. movements back into your body, into your fingertips, toes. Big inhale as you stretch your arms toward the back of the room, so reaching back through your fingers, forward through your feet. It's a big full body stretch. And as you exhale, bring your feet to the mat so your knees are up. Roll to your right side. You can use your right bicep as a little pillow. Walk your hands a little closer to your body and press yourself up to a comfortable seat. Face in the front, sit nice and tall. Bring your hands to the top of your thighs. Make sure your spine is nice and long, shoulders relaxing down your back. Exhale out as much air as you can. Inhale through your nose to fill up. Exhale, press out. In. One more out. Closing, you can bring your hands together toward heart center. I appreciate the effort that you all put into your practice, supporting each other in space. We hope that you all have a wonderful rest of your Thursday, great weekend, and safe Memorial Day. So just in case you're wondering, we will be open Memorial Day and Sunday and Saturday. So all classes are there. So if there's something to do, you know where to come. Thank y'all.